Good morning, everyone. It's Cynthia with your Daily Tarot card of the day. This week we are using the Winged Spirit Tarot, and I've got information about that in the description box. So I'm going to take a moment while I tune into the collective general energies of the day. I'm going to tune into Spirit to find out what messages we have. These messages are timeless, so whenever you do happen to find this video and you click on it to listen, you're most likely going to find a message here for you. But as I always say, tune into your own intuition, your own inner guidance, higher self, spirit guides, above all else. Whatever card comes up, since I'm delivering general collective messages, with whatever card comes up, tune into it and see if you receive any of your own personal messages or insights. And regarding whatever I say, take what resonates and leave the rest of it behind. The whole message might resonate with you, and there might only be one word or one sentence that resonates. And maybe you get something else from the card that comes up, but what I say doesn't resonate at all. And whatever happens, it's all okay. Just run with it. But be open. Be open to what Spirit has to share with you. All right. Spirit, what do we have for today? There's our winged spirit. Queen of Spheres, which is equivalent to the Queen of Pentacles. Can you see that? Powerful energy. With the orange and the blue, I'm getting sacral and throat chakra, which is very powerful. So not only is it the physical, material, relational world of the spheres or the pentacles, it's got that material, but the sacral chakra energy also has to do with how we relate to the world around us, people, situations, resources, how we manage ourselves, our energies, our activities, how we take care of our bodies, our health and our healing, and that kind of a thing as well, and our work. You know, the work that we do and the work that we put out there. And I'm getting that vibe because of, again, the blue, which is reminding me of the throat chakra energy, and the fact that she's a queen, which means that she has like that divine feminine aspect of the material. So this balance between sacral and throat chakra, actually, if you look at like a color wheel, like for art or paintings, right? Blue is one of the primary colors, orange is one of the secondary colors, and they're complementary colors. So that means that they are opposite, across from one another on a traditional color wheel. And this complementary color aspect, when I see the colors in the chakras, I always see a connection between the chakra energies that have the complementary colors. So the root chakra and the heart chakra, the sacral chakra and the throat chakra, the solar plexus and the third eye chakra. There's a balanced connection there of your yin and yang energies, of your feminine and masculine energies. And I feel like So I feel like there's some kind of, with this queen, the work you do, the balance, there's something here about like using your voice or how you're expressing yourself in and how you're, maybe, I don't know if this is like making decisions or managing certain things or like taking requests from people. You know, people coming in and sort of asking for help, asking for service, or, you know, piling more on your desk, so to speak. There's something in today's energy about managing and balancing all of that and having the ability to do so appropriately for each given situation. You know, we might have all of our boundaries and they might not be different in different situations, but we will utilize them differently. So I might have a boundary about, you know, doing work for other people as opposed to or like cleaning up somebody else's mess. That boundary is going to play out differently in my workplace with coworkers than it would, say, at home with my family members or my kids, right? You know, because there's different end goals in mind, right? So I'm going to have the boundary, but where the leeway is or how I would approach a situation might be a little bit different. So I'm picking that up with this queen, that there could be a lot coming at you or coming towards you, and your flexibility in holding this energy but also holding yourself poised. There's something to do with balance here. And so if you don't feel that balanced, or if you feel like you've been dealing with situations that have challenged you in some way, you know, you could get a challenging situation that ends up calling you out on this. Basically, how are you going to stand up and approach this? How are you going to manage this? In another sense, it could be an influx of energy, creative energy, ideas, inspirations, resources. You know, you get that application went through, and so now you have another resource on hand, or, you know, this situation worked out this way, and so now you've got other people to help, or again, times opened up on your schedule or something like that. So it could be an influx of people asking for your help and service. It could also be an influx of resources and energy maybe that you've been waiting on. And the key in either situation, or in any situation really, is how are you going to hold this energy? How are you going to use your voice to sort of stabilize and protect yourself? And how are you going to hold yourself poised in order to get something done? Because I'm feeling this energy of, yes, there could be a lot to do and it could be a highly productive day, but I'm also feeling like a high, practically minded. So it's a lot of mental energy, but it has to do with decision making or practical management of something. So you're working in the material world, but it's in a almost invisible way, if that makes any sense. So definitely holding your energy. You seem to be in a space of holding energy with or for others, or receiving energy that then you'll be working with in whatever it is that you do. So very, very strong, very powerful. And I'm definitely just getting the sense of there's a management going on here, but the management isn't in managing the actions. The management is in looking at what's going on and making certain decisions, and then tempering your actions according to, you know, where you are, what your decisions are, what the situation is. I mean, in some sense, I guess it could mean like a little bit of compromise or teamwork or something like that. In another sense, it could be like, um, yeah, moving forward, then backing off, like tempering. You're putting it in the fire and then you're letting it go, and it's like the process, going through the process, and then taking it out and molding it and shaping it and working with it, and then putting it back in, and then handing it over to that person to do that bit, and like moving through the process, right? But definitely in your own right, holding your own power in poise and in readiness, ready to receive, ready to process, ready to manage, or delegate, or share in some fashion or another. And somebody, I heard it a couple of times while I was sharing messages, but I'm going to say it now, because before it seemed kind of off topic, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Knowing when and how to say no. Not just knowing when to say no, knowing how and when to say no. So there's something in that as well, because there's a very respectable, commanding approach that the queen has, and yet at the same time she's as having that feminine energy, or that empathic, intuitive, and nurturing energy. It's not like the difference between a soft no and a hard no. It's the difference almost like in tone of like, it's always going to be firm and it's always going to be here, but the way that I say it to that person or in that situation might be different than how I share it with that person. You know what I mean? So I'm not feeling like a tension, walking on eggshells around somebody kind of energy. I'm feeling like knowing how and when to say no, but being very confident in your own authority. And it doesn't even have to do with tone of voice. It has to do with how stable are you in your energy. It could have to do with, body language, the look on your face, the eye contact or something. But it has more to do with, okay, it's going to come from a good place. It's going to come from my heart. It's going to be firm. There won't be a quiver in my voice. But it's coming from, at work, it might be my authority. At home or with a friend or a family member, it would be more of like an embracing, heartfelt, right? So, yeah, the when and the how. That's the point. Overall, a fabulous energy, definitely one in which there could be a lot of activity or a lot of decision making, or a lot of planning or delegating going on today. There could be moments where you do have to turn around and put your foot down and say no more. This is too much, or something of that nature. But again, there's this sense of sort of owning your power, having your authority, and being able to speak with that kind of self-assurance, that kind of confidence. And I believe that, it's available to you today. Even if you don't always typically feel that way, it's like one of those days where there's something in the air, and yeah, you're feeling pretty good, you're feeling pretty strong, and you're pretty clear on, where you're at, what needs to happen with certain things. And that can come up even as they happen throughout your day. So holding your energy in poise, and managing everything that's coming your way, very, very skillfully. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful, beautiful day. Lots of peace and blessings. Thank you again for being here with me, and I definitely look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.